Hello everyone, welcome to another live stream on the channel. After a pretty decent break from streaming tournaments, we are back with another one on the channel. This time it's going to be a 1 versus 1 tournament. Not something you usually see on my channel where we play Clan Wars 7 versus 7, and I'm one of the players taking part in the tournament. This time we'll be commentating. Something new on the channel, but also a good opportunity to upload something new, some new content. And it turned out the rating battle season, the April one, has recently finished. And the best of the best from the leaderboard, particularly the best 28 players on the European server, have an opportunity to face off against each other in a 1 versus 1 tournament tonight. And I've been gladly chosen to, among these, have the opportunity to commentate and see some amazing clashes between surely one of the greatest players on the servers. Not only touch ones, but also the PC ones, since the control mode is set to mixed. We'll be taking off in a few minutes. The tournament is supposed to start at 8 PM CEST. And we'll see a lot of games today. So far I've seen the players have been divided into groups of 4. And then it's going to be followed by a round robin. Not sure who we are going to watch. I think we'll just be randomly assigned to a group or a ladder or a player. I'll definitely see some dynamic action, 1 versus 1. Tier 10 as well. I think it will be a really nice test also to see what the meta will look like for the spring season, because simultaneously the spring season is taking part, determine where I'm playing as well with my APA team, where I'm also the player. And we've already finished 2 qualifiers. We've played previous skill 1 and 2, where we've been able to win both of these quite comfortably, currently placing first in the leaderboard. And where just 2 are left, which will determine who goes to play top 8, who goes to play top 16, and so on. So since we've got a few minutes, I think we can just play one quick game. Ratings are not available nowadays since the season has just finished. By the way, tell me as well if the voice, first of all, if you're able to hear me. I hope you are. If yes, then whether the volume is acceptable or not, whether something should be adjusted or not. This is my very first stream in a while, and I'm also using a new PC to stream, so I had to download Streamlabs OBS again, and I had to set up everything from scratch. So it could be a few failures at the beginning, but hopefully we can deal with them as soon as possible. There's also a delay on the stream, so everything will occur a bit later than in real time. But I'm monitoring the chat, so just let me know if anything needs to be adjusted. Hey Pete, hey Peaks for now. Okay, so as we see there's 6 minutes, we can just play some Gravity. Can play a quick Gravity game. Hopefully we just manage to get the room invite. Hopefully I get the room invite. Would be really happy to get one. Playing on PC, I haven't played on a PC for a while as well. See how it goes.
Let's get this show on the road.
Haven't played this game only here. Okay, this one. I was just flying in. So as I said, plenty of matches tonight that we can see. some really good players, some players you see in tournaments as well. Obviously not all of them, since take part in this tournament you had to play a lot. You had to play a really decent amount of games. By that I'm talking about more than 1000 games in slightly above 3 weeks. That's really a lot. But we'll see who's the best of the best, at least from the ratings leaderboard in April. We'll see what tanks will prevail. I think the maps will be slightly smaller than the ones you see in random battles and in tournaments, so that we can see more brawls, more clashes. And that people are just left out driving around the map. So as I said, if you have any questions or anything should be adjusted, volume, voice, I don't know, the scene, switching, something, let me know in the chat. There's a delay, so it will take me a minute or two to react, but I'll try my best. We're waiting for the first match. I should have got the invite by now, so as soon as I finish this gravity game, we can hopefully hop into a tournament. That's it. Hey Aminos, welcome. There we go. And we are in our very first matchup. Haven't seen exactly who is participating in the tournament. Here we are though with Scorpion. Scorpion against... oh gosh. Yeah, it's also one of the things this tournament is about, is that there's plenty of PC players, plenty of Russian-speaking players who write their Cyrillic names in Latin alphabet, so I'll try to come up with some nicknames for the players. This one can be OTP, he's the OTP against Scorpion. Oh, I should have changed the language to English as well of my game. For now we're stuck with Polish, so we got Scorpion against OTP on Dead Rail, staying on the left heavy side of the map. Hello everyone, hey Nix, hey Pete, hey Ka, hey Ominous, welcome guys. Starting in around a minute. For now we can see the Scorpion in the Type 71 and OTP in the T100LT. Pretty interesting choice to take a light tank and on the rail especially, and especially when the map is divided two basically. You only have half of the map available to you, and in this case this is the heavy side. Obviously there's the encounter cap still, but it won't take the type of time to get to the base, even though you can just cap the base single-handedly within 30 seconds. So that's really interesting, but we'll see whether the DPM of the T100LT can be the decisive factor while facing the Type 71. Starting in around 5 seconds, last check, everything should be fine. Let's hop into the first game. As I said, no supremacy, so it will be, well, impossible to make the enemy make a move. But the part of the map available to the players is relatively small. So there's not a lot of places someone could hide in. You can just get into the base and make him come to you. The T100LT though, interestingly, just using the vehicle's camouflage and the view range to see the type from distance. Not trying to fire yet, since even if he fires, the penetration is not guaranteed. And, well, face to face, the T1LT stands little to no chance. So if he fires, if he is to reveal his position, that has to be a guaranteed shot that goes into the type. But this position is not the best if the Type 71 just goes to the base, as it allows him to do that for free, basically. And as I said, this is not a random game where capping a base takes 100 seconds. Here it's around 30. Look how fast, look how quickly the base is being captured. And that forces the T100LT to come closer, which is the best scenario for a heavy tank against a light tank that you could imagine. Because then he cannot use his view range, he cannot use his camouflage, and is really prone to bleeding a lot of hit points. First shot's being fired. But the base is already captured. That's 30 seconds and the type has just captured the base without nearly any HP being lost. That's what I said. It's just split seconds and you've already captured the base and the type wins the game. I didn't even manage to realize the outcome of the battle had been decided. So as I said, the T100LT on that rail, especially on the heavy side of the map, might not be the best choice. Because you need time, you need space, position to work with to make use of that vehicle. That's not really possible in 1 versus 1. Especially when the type just goes into the base. Round 2. No lineup changes, so we'll see what the OTP can do with his LT this time. Will he play more aggressively? Will he decide for some sneaky push to enemy spawn, for example? Because even if he goes to the base straight away, I don't feel like that's the solution to it. It's really, really hard to play. A really tough matchup that he chose. Maybe he doesn't have any more tanks. I haven't really checked his tanks that he had previously played with. Once again trying to be sneaky in the bush. But the type is really cautious. He knows if he sticks close to the base, nothing can happen to him. Not sure what's the decisive factor when it comes to the time running out and no kill happening. The base is being capped once again. The LT is quite close this time. He's aware, but it's already half of the base capped. I was being spotted. He needs to go in, but if he goes in, it's a heavy against a light. And not every shot will go in guaranteed, especially when facing the type frontally. And the LT basically is just 2 shots away from being fired, and the type has the base, has the HP advantage, has the positional advantage. There's little that LT can do. There's nothing he can do. I don't see any. I don't see any scenario where the LT could come out victorious on this map in this game mode. He just needs to peek, and if he peeks, okay, this is a miss. That was a good shot, good attempt. But how many times can the type miss? And how many times will the LT bounce? He's just 1 shot away from losing the battle and getting further away from winning the tournament. That's a nice base-hit shot. He can get 1 shot in before the type reloads, surely. There it goes. And now it's been... It's getting closer to... Okay, that was a sick shot by the LT. No idea how he managed to do that. But realistically, he still needs 2, the type needs 1. Still the advantage in the type's favor. He got the base, but he doesn't have enough time. If the LT decaps just once, now he can use his strength, which is the view range. Just decap the type once, and then there we go. 40 seconds left. And I was getting constantly decapped. There's no way he can cap the base. He has to go in. And now he's a one-shot for the LT. LT is a one-shot as well. But it has to be the type that makes the move now. And it seems to me that the LT, if the time runs out, the LT did more damage to the type than the type did to LT. Which means the LT could be the one winning the game if the time runs out. And that's exactly what happened. That was a really good clutch by the LT. None of the vehicles died, but when the time runs out, it matters who did more damage to the enemy. And since the LT had less HP, the less HP that he lost and more HP that he dealt, he was the one winning the game. And it's 1-1, and the map is being changed now. Best of 3, so that's the tiebreaker, decisive map, decisive battle. Yeah, that's something I was expecting. 2 heavy tanks now on False Creek.
Let's get this show on the road.
That seems more reasonable to take a heavy. Because the previous battle, even though won by the LT, that was just super close. The type made multiple mistakes that allowed the LT to come back into that battle. Now we got an E5 facing a 60 DP. False Creek, heavy side again. So a lot of pull-down potential on this map, especially on the C area. Base being capped early on, straight away by the E5. Scorpion not afraid at all. 60 DP just peeking fearlessly as well. Reactive armor, adrenaline activated. That means the E5 has to have only 1 repair kit. Well, facing like this, to me it seems that the 60p stands more chance. If he pans all the shots, obviously. But that'll be really hard while face hugging. E5 using its gun depression, terrain, very well. And the TP bouncing, well, that's a really tough scenario for OTP now. There's little that 60p can do, provided he... Yeah, that's another bounce. It's another bounce, and the 60p has just 550 hit points left, meaning he's two shots, one shot away from being dead right now. And if Scorpion bans, he has this game. There we go. 2-1. Scorpion winning the game. First match of today. 1 versus 1 Dead Rail and False Creek. Not gonna lie, he should have had the previous one as well. On Dead Rail. But he drew conclusions. And he got OTP in the tiebreaker. I wonder who we'll have in the next match, whether it will still be random or will we be following the same group, just different players. We'll see in a while. Check when next match is. The next match is in around 10 minutes. Around 10 minutes. We can either play some randoms, if there's anyone willing to play, or we can just keep playing Gravity as well till then. Yeah, I wonder if OTP, if he had been playing with heavy tanks, I thought he didn't have any tanks available, but if he had been playing with heavy tanks from scratch, maybe he could have had the first one as well, and he wouldn't have had to patch or try that much. He got Sheridan Missile as well. You can try playing Sheridan Missile. Gravity.
Let's go.
Playing on the moon map. Like, I generally don't play game modes. This is like the first time I play Gravity from... basically from when it got introduced. That's when I tried it out for the first time. And we have the Sheridan Missile that can fight the missiles with as well. Not really the best at it on PC especially. There we go. So yeah, we finished our first match of tonight, but there's a lot of games to see today. We'll be live for multiple hours. We're waiting for the next one, which is happening in around 10 minutes. There's a delay on the stream as well, so keep that in mind. I'm following the chat, trying to at least... Oh no. Oh no. That was quite fortunate. So then, what is the thing I have on 7? Oh, okay. That explains a lot. Yeah, I think like this game mode general 1 versus 1 and playing on like smaller parts of maps suitable for more heavies. Since you have little time available. Basically no chance to use your view range, your mobility most of the times. Not sure what the whole map is. But in general it should favor tanks with a lot of hit points, still pretty decent guns like the AMX, the Z5s, XCDP. I mean, time will tell, we will get to multiple players.
They destroyed the turret controls.
That work. One versus 4 on gravity, let's go. Probably won't even be able to take one out. That was close.
Vehicle destroyed.
Okay, the room is up already. Okay, we're the first ones. I thought we were late for the room and they're just playing without us. Hopefully. Luckily the ship hasn't sailed yet. But I can already see the map will be in Middleburg. Yeah, sorry for the Polish, by the way, I forgot to change it beforehand. And it seems we are following Scorpion again, so we are assigned to a group or a particular player. Since we saw Scorpion in the previous match where he won against OTP 2-1. This time he's playing against Don't Have Rules. 4 minutes left, so we'll see. Scorpion was around 55% as far as I know. We'll see the stats of Don't Have Rules in a bit once he joins the room. There we go, there he is, playing on PC. 6% as well, so that'll be an even fight among these two. Just need to choose a different tank so we can ready up. Hey Bay, welcome. Middleburg, and that's the top of the map, so that's the medium side. But doesn't matter, still playing heavy. I would go, if I was playing on Middleburg and the top side only. Especially here, like what do you want to do with a lighting? What do you want to do with me? Okay, if you catch someone off guard, you can get a shot for 3 or 2 and then use the terrain to escape quickly, but that will in that way still you really need to outplay the enemy. It's not the easiest of lineups. It will require you to really think of every single move, like think ahead. Scorpion though still sticking to heavy tanks, taking the E5, he won the tiebreaker in the previous matchup. 56% as well, so that'll be a pretty even clash among these two. Both playing on PC. Hello Bay, hey Vought, welcome guys, once again. There's a delay on the stream, so keep that in mind. I'm following the chat, but my response can be quite delayed. I'm not able to interact in real time. But I'm there, and in half a minute we are starting our second match of the day. Plenty of battle to see tonight, so don't worry if you missed out on the previous one. These are just group stages. As far as I know, they are followed by a round robin, where we'll see players who advance from other groups as well. Hey Mark. And there we go, e5 against the heavy. No changes being made, so again, a heavy against a medium tank. And that's Middleburg, top side. Well, Middleburg really looks cool on PC, on graphics. After the HD rework. And there we go, we can also get bird's view. Just need to get used to the calls. There we go, trying to tame the bird. That's a decent view, way better to just assign to a certain player. Heavy in the bush. Still not visible, but he misses. That was a crucial miss. Because that's what I said. You can play with the medium or the T, okay, but then you have to use the view range, you have to use the positions to get the early shots, the free shots. He had such a great opportunity. And now he's stuck even by the red line. He had such a great opportunity to land the free shot at the beginning. And he didn't do it. And he took one in return. And the e5 is just pushing and fearlessly going in, and that's the best scenario you could imagine while playing a heavy tank against a medium or a light. Just brawl, just face to face. Reactive armor not being the best. Defense against the heavy hashes, but well, don't have rules really struggling to pan. So it doesn't really matter. The e5 is still so healthy, more than 2k hit points, just 700 left on the side of don't have rules, and the FV. E5 just has to go in. The FV is 2 shots away from being dead. Playing it patiently, playing it cautiously. FV can easily permachuck the E5. I remember Scorpion was playing with just 1 repair kit in the previous games. That could be the thing this game as well. That's why he's worried about pushing in, because if he pushes in and gets permachucked, he basically has nothing to work with. Brilliant shot into the V, and he's just a 1-shot now. Destroyed. Well done. Well played. As I said, you might try to take the light or the medium, but you really have to have a plan for the game. You really have to think 1-2 in advance, and once you got that opportunity, once you see the opportunity, you have to use it. Otherwise, it will just not work out. There we go. W5 most likely now. Don't have rules changing from the FV to heavy tank, and we see 2 players getting ready in their 5s. Hey Reaction, welcome. Don't try to overthink, don't try to overdo. Just simple solutions, especially if it's an even lineup. If you are playing against a player on your level. Show that you're better. Just fight against them, brawl them. Take the same tank or something similar. Hey Peaks, how much do I have to pay? How much do you have to pay me so that I play Clan Wars for you? I don't think that's possible. Playing on someone else's account is not really complying with the rules, you know? You can just get airborne again. Scorpion pushing in, and again, don't have rules. Not using the opportunity he had. Not banning the first shot. That's not a problem, because he's reloaded as soon as Scorpion comes. But that's a face hack now, where he stands way more chance than he did in the previous battle, when he was playing the medium. Keeping in mind both players are playing on PC, so even while face hugging, they should be able to pan the cheeks of their opponent. Quite even on HPs. You can also see the damaged models in the left and right corner of the screen. Scorpion without the driver and without the fully rotatable turret. Series of bounces now. But there we go, the weak spot under the E5 turret really strong, allows you to pan with AP just like Don't Have Rolls did. Panning the cheeks is also possible with heat. You could just see that from Scorpion's side. There's plenty of choices you can make. Either pan the cheeks with heat, basically like that, or try to go for a more risky but more rewarding play in trying to pan the turret ring, the ring under the turret with APs. Trying to use their terrain as well works, but you really have to take time aiming the shot. Dawn of Roll is just 2 shots away from dying, 1 shot away from dying. Trying as he might. Even survives this one, reactive armor still in play. Just on 9 HP. 9 HP remaining. But he's just an HE away from losing the series. Scorpion winner win. 2-0. Just stomping the enemies right now. And is that it? Seems that's it. Scorpion winning 2 games in a row. Now let me see how the groups look like. Because we are watching... Did we watch? We watched Group 4. We watched Scorpion against OTP that he won 2-1 in the first game, and then 2-0 against Donavro. Which means Scorpion is the one advancing from his group. Let's see how other groups are doing at the same time. There is Asphodel and Colic still playing. Okay, this guy has 82%. There's Yennefer from AP as well. Winning his first match 2-0, now still playing against Wesh. Regis from APA as well. Winning 2 matches very comfortably, double 2-0. Meaning he's advancing to the playoffs as well. Then we had Scorpion in Group 4 winning against Don of Rolls. That's what we watched on Middleburg. Dude against Zack. Still playing. Foxy against Uni. That'll be a tough match. Against the leader of APA. Vader though, as far as I remember, the player who finished second in the April leaderboard, losing his first match against Foxy. And in the last group, Group 7, Parmi against Simi, still playing. So I wonder now when the next match is going to be. Let's see in the schedule, let's see in the timetable. And here it says we got the first stage that started 8C EST. That's already finished. Already finished now. We got 7 groups of 4. And top 1 of each groups go further. So we'll have 7. We'll have 7 players, indeed. So we'll be now in the second stage. And we'll have a round robin. Everyone will play against everyone. And that starts 50 past 8, which means that's in 20 minutes. So we got some time till then. We can either play Gravity or we can play a tune with somebody if someone's willing to play. Oh no, Hermos live. Obviously you have to play. Can play with someone from APA potentially as well. Hey Flo, welcome, nice to see you. Hey Nemesis. Boring 1 versus 1 if half spam? We'll see now in the round robin. We only have 7 players left, we got 28 at the beginning. Now it's just 7, we'll see what the players will pick. I will also think they'll just base their tanks, their picks, their tanks on the map and on the part of the map they'll be playing on, so might not only see the E5s but also some other interesting tanks. Mainly heavy still, as I said. We saw the lights not really working out, neither the FV. Or we can just play randoms alone. CRV or something. I haven't really played in a while. Got 3.9k in it? Or the Vickers as well. Need to brush up my win rate on the Vickers. Hey Zach. Wasn't that you who I saw in one of the groups as well? So yeah, we have got 15 minutes now. That's 15 minutes till the next stage, a round robin. So there will be a lot of matches. I wonder who will be watching. I guess we will just get some player will be assigned to a random player, random match. Just playing randoms till then. Got 15 minutes so we can play 2 or 3 games. Hopefully we can win some. Playing on PC, so keep that in mind. I haven't played on PC in ages, so that'll be a bit of potato performance. But there's a projectile that we can kill. Oh, a TVP, we don't miss a TVP. Just a Vickers. Should be rolling now. So we have to bully the EDs. Oh no. 62 away. And then V. Falling back just in time. Otherwise I would have ended up just like the Prosciutto. Where are the TDs? The TDs are not in spawn. Surprisingly. That would have helped a lot to evacuate myself. Yoch peeking, I just need to farm them. Got the Viki on the other side of the map, which should be able to crossfire the Yoch, theoretically. It's it's rarely the case on randoms that you can rely on your teammates now, so it's skeptical. Losing the 3 in the middle. And the heavy is just chasing me. It's not good. Have to play some hide and seek. Try some out. He's still a one shot though. And a full HP VK, full HP, yeah, we got the base that the VK had capped. So that should be a win. Just exit to garage. Can play another one. What's up, Ernest? Didn't you manage to win? Let's see the leaderboard. Maybe everyone has finished their games for now. So yeah, we got Colic. But Colic winning group 1. Well, no surprise, he's 82%. 2k games only, so. But still. And we've got all the Robin is already drawn. Here we go. Here we have all the winners. But where's Uni? Where's Uni? Don't tell me Uni didn't manage. Don't tell me. We got Regis, that's Ernest. We got Yennefer as well in the round robin. We got Foxy. Foxy that beat Uni 2-0, unlucky. I guess when you don't have someone to translate the calls to, it's not that easy. Uni failing against Foxy. Then we got Colic, 82% Simi, and Zeknai as well, and Scorpion. And then that's the final. I think the final takes place tomorrow. So we have to cheer for Ernest and Yennefer. Hopefully we can see some of their games as well. Yeah, we won the Canyon game as well. 4.5k damage, easy peasy. I just need to make sure the games start in 10 minutes so we don't miss out on the fight. So it starts yeah, 50 past 8. 50 past 8, which means we still have time to play one more round. Okay. In something mobile as well. I would go for General maybe? Or TVP. Imagine 10.0, you'll reload it by now. Here you're crossing still without shells, but the enemies cannot clip you either. It'll work both ways, starting from the next update. It's a big update. Okay, that's where they hurt. Got the clip in, but at what cost? One fairy already deleted though, so that's worth it. Provided we can win this side. The Sheridan's still full HP, the right one at least. And we should be pushing in. Try to save the leopard. For why the Sheridan is going in. So low on hit points. Play carefully, I'm just shots away staff. Especially if there is a Sheridan sniping somewhere. I might just come back to spawn and try to kill the E6 in our base. Is he exposed? No. The Sheridans are here as well. Can't really help the type there. We can snipe the Vickers if he pushes, or the Sheridan if he wants to flank. I just hope the type can win though. There's no way we can help him. If someone else crosses, obviously, yeah, we can shoot them out. See the S7. You can't flip, good evening. Seems like a loss. Lost a bit too much HP at the beginning, but then... Yeah, and because of that I couldn't really go in. Meaning I just watched our teammates die. But 7 minutes. Do we still play a quick one, or do we just wait for him? I think we can just try. If we miss the match, we miss the match. Go wrong. I'll take the Vickers though again.
Let's go.
Mediums. So we need to win this flank. It's not really possible if the STB goes in the middle. I don't know where these are still. This one. Should just YOLO them, we're outnumbering them. Looks like the T62A does. But altogether, yeah, there has to be some work. Well, the TVP's reloading, we have to farm him. Otherwise we'll be in a lot of trouble. The low roll. Now the STB arrived. He sacrificed himself. But we are able to win this flank now, with his help. Let's try.
Enemy armor is hit. Enemy armor is damaged.
7, and we should have got our room invite by now, so we can hop in and see who we are following the first round of the round robin. Only 7 players left, as I said. But since everyone is supposed to play against everyone, we'll see a lot of matches and will take us a lot of time. So there we go, we get Zekne against Colic. On Middleburg again, but this time we're playing in the city. On the other side. Both players interestingly in the TPs. This time, as I said, nobody's going for the mediums, nobody's going for the lights. Why would you risk? Play it safe, play it patiently, and rely on your skill. That's what you can do if you pick the same or similar tank to the enemy. Both players are playing on PC as well. That's probably one of the reasons you need to manage. Let's recheck the stats. Technically 65%, okay. And Colic it's the player with 82. That'll be a decent fight. That's a new account, I suppose that might not be his first account. But only the 60GP and the TVP and M16 shared on it. So not a big variety of tanks that he can pick from. Surely he'll be playing the 60GP till the end of the turn. That's something I can nearly guarantee. Unless he has other heavy tanks that just are not shown in his profile. Definitely a lot of heavies that we'll see. Seconds and we're getting ready. Middleburg City. It seems like that could be one of the most enthusiastic or entertaining games. Both players in the 60GPs, I think they both will be really patient, they'll play it safe. No one will go in trying to side scrape over the buildings, that's what I foresee. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe someone will go for a ballsy play and just push in. That will also work out. Would expect that, especially on a TP. Just try to get behind the enemies. Keep in mind the ammo rack of the TP, especially while playing against another team. It's really vulnerable. The middle looks really beautiful. Surprises both players heading towards the same up. Zekne crossing. Okay, Colic was not ready for that. Players going to the same part of the city. Trying to side scrape. Of the same building. Zekne peeking very... That's not the best way to peek, just sideways. First thing, you can easily get shot. It's really unlikely will bounce, and then with the TP, really expose your armor. Okay, that's a nice angle. Colic having the raiding camouflage. Not a surprise. Definitely must have played a lot of games to get into that tournament. Trying to side scrape of the building, of the gravel. That's definitely the script for most of the battles we'll see tonight. And it's all about 2 bounces less and 2 points more. Zakne seems really impatient, and the way he peeks might allow Colic to get a free shot, and that's something I'm worried about. Colic is playing it really patiently. Okay, okay. I take my words back. That was a decent shot. Colic failing. And now Zakne has the upper hand. And he will be able to get 1 shot in before Colic falls back. Beautifully played. Just don't get armor-racked, don't get tracked. Make sure you can keep panning. And Zakne should have that game in the pocket. Panning frontally as well, face hug, not a problem. From the Kraken-ass player. Really surprised positively of. If he pans this one, 750 and he's just 1 HP. He's just left with 1 HP. Colic getting outclassed, definitely. Kraken Esports supremacy. That was super well played. Not bouncing a single shot, if I'm not mistaken. That was just wow. By the way he was speaking in the beginning of the game, I was really worried that would cost him to lose HP unnecessarily for free, but he just did it. Smashed that's best of 3 still. He's just one more win away from getting the first win in the round robin. Interestingly, there's a TVP being played in Middleburg in City. Okay, I mean, that's not 10.0 when he's reloaded. It will still take him some time to get reloaded before he can clip. But theoretically, he can just rush in, shoot 4 times in the TP, run away, escape behind a building, reload, and give another clip. So that's not something unimaginable. Zakne, though, really aware of that. He's not going into the city, where he'd be a really easy target. He's just hiding in the corner. That's probably the best way. That's the best thing you can do. That's the best way to try to outplay the team. Be somewhere where he doesn't expect you to be, so that you get that extra time, so that you can give 1 more shot for free. That's an important thing. And you give him less time to clip you, less time to run away, so that you can... He's just 3 shots away from being dead if you activate tungsten on 60. Capping is double or triple speed even in this game mode. It takes like 30 seconds to cap a base, as far as I know. We had 1 game, the very first game that we had of the tournament, where 1 guy just went into the base. Okay, wait. He's going in. That's super well played by the TP. And that's already 700 damage in the TVP inflicted. And the TVP doesn't even have a chance to react. If he wanted to... the 60p would have loaded by then. And now he's just 2 shots from being dead. Zakne in the TP hasn't lost a single hit point. We had the first game of the tournament where 1 guy went into the base and the enemy didn't even realize the base had been capped. So quick. And Colic in a lot of trouble. And by a lot, I mean a lot. That's a round robin though still, so even losing the first round, losing the second, probably even the third, Doesn't mean you're crossed out from the tournament, provided you can win all the remaining games and your opponents will struggle a lot for a bit as well. You can still go out, you can still qualify. Round robin, meaning we got a group of 7, and everyone is supposed to play against everyone from the group. So everyone is supposed to play 6 matches. Zachnay playing it in a way that the TVP is just unable to do anything. The only thing the TVP can do is cap the base and pray that I mean, Zachnay and the TP will be able to get close to the base within the 30 seconds, but hope he misses, hope he can track him. He just needs to lure him into a position where the TP can clip the TP and then somehow escape. Find shelter for 20 seconds, get another clip of full low roll, maybe, and just finish off the heavy. I don't see any other scenario where this game is being won by the blues. There we go, Colic just going in. He thinks the TP relocated, but in fact he's still sitting in the very same corner. Oh, that's... There we go, he's getting the clip. But he's just one shot away from being dead. And he's nowhere to run away to. And he's just finished off. Zachnay 2-0 Colic. First match of the round robin. Very well played by Zachnay. I was really surprised, positively obviously, by the way he played the first game and how he adapted his game style to the change of the tank from his opponent. That was really nice. Let's see when the second round starts, whether do we have time to play some games in between or start straight away. We won't find it here, we can just check one of the players' matches. So there's a game every 20 minutes. There we go. Got games every 20 minutes, and then there's some... Why is this game delayed? Like a pretty lengthy live stream. Got Zachnay, Kraken, Colic. Oh no, really, not really. I mean, there was a break because... Anyways, we get games every 20 minutes, so... Next game is supposed to start 10 past, which means we have 10 minutes, which means we got time to play at least one random game. We played a few in the Vickers already, let's try Batcha, let's keep playing something. Well, in the tournaments we'll see heavies, mostly slow vehicles, so in between we can play with some fast-paced. Thanks for a change. Hey RT, hey Machko. Zachnay owning indeed, very well played in the first game. Hey Napoleon, by the way. They don't have any tier 10 mobile tanks, they only have 9 light. Pretty balanced. He has to be running away, otherwise he's not alone. Or he's just unaware of what's happening. Seems like he's alone. But why is he not? Okay, now I can tell. Oh, I can definitely tell that he's not alone. That's why he wasn't. Oh lord. That's not a problem. I just clipped the grill. Funny. Oh, no way. Okay, we lost LT. Just kill the grill and continue. Okay, well. Meanwhile, our heavies managed to kill the mouse and a tortoise. Sounds good. It's being capped. We also had a battle like that already, coin flip. If you run out of time, it matters who dealt more damage. So for example, we had a game where there was a type against an LT. Both tanks survived when the time ran out, and both tanks were a one-shot when the time ran out. Which means the LT lost more. The LT lost less hit points, because it has less points, but dealt more, and that's why the LT won. So it matters who deals more damage when the time runs out. So you either kill the enemy, you cap the base, or you deal more damage than the enemy when the time runs out. That's how you can guarantee you win. Hello the wolves, nice to see you, welcome guys. And they just capped the base. So far so good. So far so good. I mean, getting closer to the end of the spring-summer semester, which means a lot of exams and a lot of work, but still trying to get some free time to get a live stream like this. Having a longer weekend since we have the 1st of May and the 3rd of May off. And I'm also playing spring season in the meantime with the APA team. Currently in the middle of the qualifiers. First in the leaderboard, so it's good in Blitz, good in real life. Hates it's welcome. Do we have time for one more? 5 minutes. Like a quick say, let's try the bot chat again. I hope I'm not late for the game. And if I'm late, I hope they wait. Doesn't matter even if you are capping the base but you don't manage to cap the full base when the time runs out, it doesn't matter. It's as if you had never capped. It's all about the damage when the time runs out. So you can have less hit points than the enemy when the time runs out, but overall you did more damage, so you win the game. The battle. Okay, why did I just run away? Why did he just yell in? We have is on the right, meaning I don't necessarily have to run straight away. There's just a standard. We could clip as well. Yeah, clip him before he runs. Kinda. Next pause for the... That's what I'm doing. Just in time. There's a 1-to-1 as well, so I just have to kill him and run away. I'll lose spot. Cross. I don't get. And we can just help the heavies. The heavies are doing well. So far in the games they've been doing well. Same on in the previous game on Yukon. You can just help them with aiming. I will go more from the middle. There's nothing they can do. Okay. I will be just in time for the next game. Also, don't want to join the room too early, so we don't reveal the lineups. This way we should be just in time. What do we have here? We get Colic again, which means are we assigned to a particular player or assigned to? Anyways, we get Colic against Foxy, sorry. Okay, Snake. 58 against 82. Last time the win rates didn't really matter. Colic doesn't have that many games as well, so his win rate is quite inflated. But again, this time we get Normandy. Normandy on the beach side, interestingly. Nonetheless, we still see a 60 rupee against a 60 rupee. I wonder whether they'll really go to the beach or they'll just go to the A area of Normandy. Unless they just stay at spawn and camp on the opposite bunkers. But seeing how aggressively Colic played in the previous game, that's happening. Let's see if Foxy's other attacks obviously has 52 games. Colic only has 2k, which means TP is the only heavy tank he can rely on. That's understandable. This guy has been anything for. Colic only had the TP, the TVP. I don't think you're going to take a shard on M60. What's this one here? Interesting tank. Anyways. It's a round robin, tour 2. Colic lost the first round, doesn't mean he's out of the tournament. You don't need to win all of the games to qualify. I also have to check how many players advance, and then you will be able to tell how many losses you can afford. Because if only 2 go out to the grand final straight away, then, well, losing more than one can cost you the grand final. Yeah, it's a second stage, and then grand final straight away, so theoretically losing more than one can already cost you the final. I would say even if you lost 2, there's still a slight chance depending on how others performed. But for example, if there's one player that stomped everyone and won all their games, well, losing 2 could already be. 30 seconds, get ready. I just hope they don't camp on the bunkers. Haven't seen Foxy play before. But at least if they take DPs, I just hope they brawl. Just like the previous guys did on Middleburg in the first game. And then whoever bounces last wins the game. There's not many maneuvers you can come up with, especially in the 1 versus 1, especially when the surface of the map is limited to half of or less than a half. Okay, let's see. None of them heading towards the bunker. That's already good. That's good news. We can hop on the plane. Yeah, both heading to the typical positions on here close to the Encounter Cup and Supremacy. That would be around the A area. Colic slightly above though, taking the shelf. Quite fearful for now. It's look how they turned in the very exact moment. All about psychology. One went one way, the other went the other. Neither of them saw an enemy, so they turned around instantly. Now Foxy is the one that has the high grounds, peeking. Oh god. Both players losing HP. But Foxy could have really flopped the whole game by that move. Let's get a little... Colic with a slight HP advantage. But that shouldn't be a problem. It's a matter of RNG. Survives 3 shots or more. But it seems to me Foxy has a slightly better position, doesn't he? Is he able to see the lower braid of Colic? Only his turret being exposed. That's the real question here. Because Colic may have some troubles finding gun oppression, but not if he... like this. Everything comes down to a face hack now. Okay, he's in the ditch, so he's quite disadvantaged. But he's panning. He's going for the heat shell, not risking trying to pan with AP for more damage. Sometimes the simplest solutions will work out the better. Going for the heat round again. I like it, that's reasonable. Going for the guaranteed pan, dealing less damage, but making sure you bleed the enemy. And now he gets the final shot. Very well played. Very well played. Colic really struggling. He has the upper hand in most of the games, but then the victory just fades away. Best of 3, so you cannot really afford to lose games like this. If you lose the first one, okay, you may risk something. Not every time everything will go the way you want them to go. But Foxy is just one game away from basically knocking Colic out of the tournament. Still sticking to double TPs. I wonder if the middle part of the map or left of the plane is also available. If yes, that could be a decent idea to peek there and first see where the enemy is going and then try to surprise him by choosing a different... heading to similar positions. Yeah, the middle part of the map is also available. Look. Even the whole part. That's where Foxy is going. The plane is not in play, but will surely is. Oh, guys, in the. Oh wow, I have no idea how that went in. That was brilliant shot. If he lands more like these, he will be able to come back, but as I said, he always had the upper hand. Colic always had the upper hand. In all the games. And then he always fluffed it. And that's what's happening. That's exactly what's happening right now. You cannot afford to bounce such easy shots. Neck and neck, HP basically the same. Colic has a slight advantage when it comes to reload, but Foxy falling back now. Meaning, oh no, oh then that's an work. There's just no way. You can't waste so many opportunities that you have. In a 1v1, one bounce is already a lot, and if you bounce two, especially when the enemy makes the mistake that allows you to have that shot, just can't waste opportunities. Colic losing another game. Losing another game, even though he had the upper hand. So in that particular game as well. Hey Alex, hey PTK, welcome guys. Hey Ernest, how's it going? I'll see. I hope I can watch some games of Regis and Yennefer as well. They've already won. There we go, Regis winning his first game in the first tour against Simi. Yennefer winning the first game against Scorpion, but losing against Simi in the tour. So there is no player that's... Seems like there's no player that's dominating for now. It can go either way, especially if it's someone playing on a touch device against a PC player, obviously. Sometimes it's just a matter of energy RNG as well. So when is the next match going to be? We'll see on schedule. He's playing against Regis now, so if it's true that I'm assigned to him, then we should see Ernest. 8:30, 9:30, that means we still have 10 minutes, which means we can play one random game. So then, I promised to play with something mobile. We had the Butchat and the Vickers already. So why not playing some T100 LT? Anonymous. How would I recommend to get better at comp Clan Wars? Well, I would watch a lot of tournament live streams, surely. But that could be not the level you should take the strats or take the lineup from straight away. Getting better and better at comp, it's all about patience, you know. First of all, the main thing is getting to a team. And then just getting better and better in the team. The problem is, in the beginning teams that don't really win tournaments, that not really qualify to all the tournaments, is that they really don't last long. That's the problem. And if you don't have a team that's stable, you cannot really progress, because all the potential that the team can have will just get wasted after one failure. You don't qualify for a tournament, and then the team disbands quickly, and you didn't really benefit at all from that. So it's all about finding the 7 players that are not only decent in the game, but also have the right mentality, you know? And then you can progress gradually. Obviously you want... Okay, this is like lost, but you won't win... Rome was not built in one day. You won't win Twister Cup, Blitz Cup, the biggest seasons with your new team, with your first team, especially if you are beginning your journey with Clan Wars. You just have to, once you got in the team, you have to set certain goals. Getting top 32, getting top 20, 16, I don't know. Then trying to get into top 8, maybe trying to get, maybe not even in the same team, but playing 1 season, 2 seasons in some team, seeing how it works, drawing conclusions, then joining a slightly better team once other players saw you got more experience. Getting top 16 there, trying to fight for top 8. And just progressing gradually. It's not like I'll record a tutorial and then everyone will start winning tournaments from then. And right now I really have to. So all carrying bottle. Watching others definitely helps, even if they're levels above yours. This one. I'll come back to Grill's pushing and he's making a massive mistake. Wait. There's a Yang as well. Just need a kill. Oh no. There's just too many. Too many. Too many. Too many tanks, too many enemies to handle. Yeah, crew skills. Yeah, obviously crew skills for 1 versus 1. Crew skills are really important. Maybe not for 7 versus 7 clan wars, obviously, but that could be a factor not many people would think of straight away. That's right. We got time for. Yeah, I was lucky to play my first seasons when tournaments were just beginning to get introduced, when it was all, it was all in starting phase. So I even started playing comp onwards when tournaments were not even a thing. So I could practice there. And then when the first tournaments were already introduced, I had some experience. I had some. I was already given some lessons on what works, what doesn't, how people behave, how people play. I also had played Clan Wars on PC World of Tanks before switching to Blitz. Because I was initially playing the PC version of World of Tanks and then I switched to Blitz. Which also helped me a lot at the beginning to understand how the game works. Of understanding the structure of a team, maybe the game is completely different. But it's just like in other sports. Structure of a team and what works, what doesn't. It's very similar. Even though it's just a stupid mobile game. All the virtues are necessary. So, I hope nothing comes up. I can just go in. There's no way.
Sail out. This vehicle has had it.
Do we have time for? I don't think so. Do they start like 30? Can just go on gravity. So we don't. Someone this game. Ocean gravity. Let's go. Okay, that was quick. Ah, sure. Probably it's even easier to hit from the 183 while airborne. Interesting. Yeah. It's not that hard, it seems. This guy is just elevating himself so he can fire more accurately, there's no way. That's just literal abuse. That's such shots. 4K, 5K tournament games played? I don't even think I have that many. Probably because you play a lot of quickies, don't you? Okay, we can just leave the game. Continue. Should be up by now. Okay, so we are for sure not the assigned player. But we still got Foxy and Scorpion, which we had seen before. Dolian really doing her best. Trying me to avoid my AP players. This time we have Dead Rail. Dead Rail. We saw Dead Rail already. Yeah, we saw the heavy part. We had Dead Rail as well when I played the random battle. TP from Foxy. Same pick, not going for anything. Taking what worked. And Scorpion in the tap, he played with that beforehand as well. It seemed to work very well. Also on this map, we will see how it faces, how it works when it faces the 60dp. Can I somehow check? Okay, so Scorpion lost, yeah, he lost the first two against Yennefer. 1 to 2. Now he's playing in Tour 3, but that's his second match. That's where the delays are coming from. One, since you cannot play, like, we get an uneven over, we get an odd number of players, so every single round one player has to pause. Anyway, still seeing heavies, not surprised. Dead rail, especially the heavy part of the map, favoring this type of vehicles. I wonder if the gun depression of the type and the ability to play hull down will give it the advantage against the TP. Because the TP can really struggle when trying to defend the type. That's no surprise. Even if it's sideways, especially if it's moving, it's so likely to just hit the tracks and deal no damage. Getting ready, dead rail, heavy sword as I said, Scorpion against Foxy, 60 is the type. Third tour already for the third round of the round robin. So these games really matter, especially if some of the players lost some of their opening matches already. There's no more room for mistakes. They simply cannot allow any more mistakes to happen if they are thinking of participating in the grand final, obviously. Foxy, playing it safe, crossing to the corner already. Will Scorpion be able to get to the middle in time and spot him while doing that? I don't think so. And now Foxy will be in a really, really good position. Yeah, going to the middle against the Type 71, as I said, might have been not the best idea, since there will be no way that 60 DP penetrates the Type's turret while it's being held down. And here he can play it safe. Obviously the match will be a bit boring, but in this way he guarantees himself some safe space from the Type. He can play around the bush and the ramp. Type's playing it very cautious, like where else can the 60 DP be? The map is relatively small. He's just luring the Type. He's trapped in the corner, but he can definitely get a shot in while the Type is trying to approach his position. Then he can get some time to reload. But not if he peeks like this, where Type has really decent heat shells, and the 60 DP cheeks or elements of the hull can be easily penetrated. And by every shot Foxy takes for free, well, it's not bringing the victory any closer. Well, if he continues peeking like this, he has to peek sideways. Scorpion was already able to inflict nearly 1k damage for free. He hasn't lost any single hit point. And going for a face hack, he even decreases the chances of the victory, since the Type can easily pan the 60 DP. in the side cheeks. Penning with AP, even 500 damage inflicted. Fucking a lot of trouble. Does a bounce, first bounce from Scorpion. But if he elevates himself like he does, using the terrain to maximize the chance of penetrating, still failing. And the TP is coming back. Scorpion can allow it to bounce any single shot. He can still do it, he just needs to pen this one. Okay, bouncing another one. As I said, even if the shot of the type on the type is guaranteed, even if the armor is highlighted in white, that doesn't mean you will pen. You will struggle a lot. That's not the best matchup. It could be even more likely to pen the type while face hugging, because there's no tracks, there's no space armor on the turret. Both guys being watched. Who will reload faster, but who will pen? That's the question. TP bouncing again. Couldn't he gone for an HE? That's the question, but well. The type was quicker. It's all about who bounces less, who pens more. Still, Scorpion had such a lead at the beginning, basically 1.2, 1.3k HP that he inflicted. HP damage, well, 1.3k damage that he inflicted for free. And it still came down to them being both one shot and Foxy having the reload but bluffing the shot. Super close games. But it seems like even if you are hiding in the corner of the really stand chance, well, the situation would have been completely different if he had penned at least half of the shots he bounced. I'm not talking about super perfect pen ratio, but just even spending that additional second or two or three. Doesn't matter the enemy has faster reload, but guaranteed you can pen your shots. You will come out victorious. Second match already in. Spawns have been switched. Foxy starting from north. This time he's not hiding anywhere, he's just going all in, heading towards the middle part of the heavy side. So is the type. Because basically previous game the position he took made him lead so much. He lost the position advantage early. And then he continued peeking sideways. He had to peek sideways to see the enemy. And it was too late to come back from where he was, where he lost 1.3k damage. Not being able to react. Trading 1 for 1 could be beneficial for the TP. Especially if the type peeks sideways. He just needs to make sure the shots go in. And they don't go in. Even when the type is so exposed, not covered behind anything, just standing sideways. The shots don't go in. There's no way you can win a game. You cannot guarantee getting such shots. As we saw in the previous game, everything can just get overturned in a couple of seconds, so... Not saying this game, outcome of the game is already decided, but Scorpion's really close to getting the win in round 3. And Foxy's in really poor spot, like, he can't climb. If he wants to peek, he has to peek sideways again. You can see it better from his perspective. Type is so well positioned, you don't have gun depression, you have to expose completely. And that allows Scorpion to just get a free shot before the TP is even able to climb. And Scorpion is already in safe position. Now when you look at it though, it's quite even, isn't it? I mean, Scorpion will still need, depending on the rolls, well, I would say he needs 3 at least. Meanwhile, with Tungsten activated, Foxy would need only 2. But seeing how he activated Tungsten and is not able to deal any damage, it means both of them can survive too, and the third shot will be the lethal one. So, type having better DPM is still in a more beneficial position. Throwing the TP start now, Foxy is just helpless. There's no way he can come back from this. Scorpion is about to finish off his opponent. He just needs to peek. He just needs to go in and turn around the T. There's no way he loses this. Take your time, aim your shot, and the victory is yours. Very well played. Let's see when the next match is. There's supposed to be 7 rounds. Oh, we just finished round 3. It's half past. Round 4. There's a game every 22. So it's in 10 minutes again. Which means we can play a game. That doesn't look that doesn't look good. Not a bad streak. What did we have? We haven't played it 1-1. You can try to. So playing random. While we're waiting for the match, we can play 1 or 2 again. Or we watch the game every 22 minutes. I think some mediums, as in the tournaments we mainly see heavies. So at least something different in between the matches. Let us go with the T54, that's a decent idea. Just need to be careful for the heavy in the back. And how on earth is the F in our spawn? The burning question I have. That can be the heavy that was camping in the back, probably. Couple. 1-1 is just so powerful for playing random, especially when solo. You can farm so much damage. You can basically outplay any medium. 2-face 1v1, obviously. DPM wise, you may even stand a chance against some heavies. Even though they could have nearly 1k more hit points than you. Yeah, that's the one camping in there. Still there. Like 7 minutes, so by the time we finish this game we can just hop into the next one. It will be round 4 already, halfway through. But it will definitely will take some time, but since the battles are so quick and we play games in between, just time flies. I'm already halfway through the round robin. And the best 2 players from the round robin, these who get the most, these 2 who get the most wins among 7, will advance to the grand final, which will be played tomorrow. Oh no. Careful for the Yawa swipe was firing from the stairs. And the leopard in the bush. I would really rather our gods helped us. I'll just go in. Someone has to make the move. Pay attention to the camo I'm wearing on the 140, by the way. Really OG camo. That's from the 2016 Olympics video. Really OG camo. It's so rare. It's back from the days where you were doing missions and you were getting certificates just for one tank. That's why it's so rare. And I got it on the 140. That was my first year 10. 140 was my first year 10. That's why I probably got it on this tank. That was the vehicle, the only vehicle I had. But it looks so good, especially now when the 140 got the HD model. Before it was just as if a kid, well, spilled paint on it. I definitely need their help. Seemed to. Oh, good. Talk. Sure, we are not late for the match so far, being able to arrive on time. Failures. Is it rare to say okay? These and we can still farm a lot of damage. He is. What? No way, he just... I thought the Minotaur rammed me and I died somehow. Why was the tortoise that woke up just to kill me? Guess that'll do. He was just pretending. He was a chameleon pretending to be okay. Nearly clutched it out by killing me. Okay, let's join the... It's already up. Get Scorpion again against Simi this time. It's the first time we see him. 65% as well. Scorpion. And seems like the map pool is not really diversified, but this time we get False Creek. The bridge area to be specific. In Supremacy is the sea, that's the area where the sea cab is. So the heavy side basically. Just right next to where you spawn. I'll just use these 2 minutes to snack on something and I'm back real quick. Right back. Okay, here we go, I'm back. Welcome, Fruit. Nice to see you. And the tour for the round 4 of the round robin is about to start. False Creek once again, the bridge area. Scorpion in day 5 on the left. Against Simi Industrial VK. Interesting choice. We haven't been able to see that vehicle yet in the matches we saw. Interesting to see how it works against the E5. A heavy tank as well, but a slightly different one. Not so slow, not so armored, but with way more DPM. And if he's able to penetrate the E5 turret somehow, then it can... Oh, but that won't be a piece of cake. And especially the closer the E5 comes, the harder it will be for Simi to to win that. Scoopering the base, luring the STRVK. But yeah, the STRV's turret, not the best armor. Scorpion activating reactive armor already. Interesting to see both vehicles having the special consumables that basically make these tanks so good in the current meta. Better view this angle. If they just trade 1 for 1, A5 wins that. Surely. But if Scorpion allows Simi to use the DPM, he could really struggle. Now the E5 is out of reactive armor, which means every shot, taking every shot equal to using nearly 400 damage every 6 seconds. And even though the HP is neck and neck, he's basically even. It's the DPM on the STRVK that allows Simi to push in and finish off the E5, provided he pans every single shot, because every bounce, there's no room for mistake. He can allow it else to happen from now on. Especially the longer he waits, the closer Scorpion is to having his reactive armor back. He just needs to go in. He needs to go in before the reactive armor is resupplied. It's back, but still, he can use the DPM. Simi has to just go in. Try and outmaneuver the E5. Try to track it. Both just 2 shots away from death. 2 minutes on the clock. Just spinning. It will all come down to who bounces one single shot. Scorpion in a very good position since he has the base. He has the low ground, but he has the base. He needs to make Simi peek, and if Simi peeks, that equals a free shot in. STRVK, unless it's baited like this. Very well played by Simi. E5 doesn't 400 400 points. That means he will still need one more before he's taken down. But he has the reload. He just needs to pan. Doesn't. He bounces. And Scorpion low rolls. But it's so hard to pan the E5 while facehugging. There's no way he does that. And Scorpion doesn't make the same mistake twice. When you play STRVK, when you play a more mobile tank, you use that mobility. Make sure you track the E5. Make sure you outmaneuver him. But while you're flanking on E5, every shot has to go in. There's no way you bounce a shot from the side. If he hadn't bounced that shot from the side, easy win for Simi. 1-0 and just chilling. And now he's the one in the advantageous position, being 0-1 down and still picking the STRVK on Falls Creek Bridge area. Well, that would have to be a miracle to happen. All the games are so close, and it's just one shot, one stupid shot that makes you lose the whole battle and again the whole series. It's just the best of 3, so the mistake can only happen one. 2 wins is already the win of the series. But nothing is lost yet. He can still do it. Already back in the game. We see the second battle of the series: Scorpion against Simi, E5 against STRVK. There's nowhere else they can go. Obviously focusing on the bridge area. And playing aggressive in A5 seems like it's a good idea. Nearly every shot going in. The closer the E5 comes, the harder it is for the SRV to pan. Especially in facehug, as we saw. The penetration value is just not enough sometimes to either penetrate the cheeks. The E5 can also easily block the shots with its quite long gun. But also the penetration value is not enough to pan the turret ring. After the new model in E5. SRV this time, drawing conclusions, going in, using the mobility, but only able to inflict 300 damage. That's not enough. The speed boost they wasted. At the same time, the reactive armor in E5 is wasted as well. So if he does that again, if he just YOLOs, from now on he'll be dealing significant amount of damage. He's taking another shot for free. And now he needs to put the DPM to work. Adrenaline started. Scorpion losing every single hit point, but he's coming closer and closer. Facesack is about to happen. He's pincered. He's pushed against the rock. There's no way he can use the terrain to his advantage. He's just being pushed against the wall. And he's not able to penetrate the cheeks, nor the ring under the turret. And it's a free pen for Scorpion. There's no way Simi wins that. 2-0. Scorpion playing it very, very well. Really cautiously, being aware of what's happening. You see your opponent is less armored, but has more DPM. Make sure he can't use that. And at the same time, use your vehicle strengths to your advantage as best as you can. And that's a quick 2-0 from Scorpion. Winning another round. Robin, that was round 4. That was round 4, and round 5 is in around 10 minutes again. Yennefer going to play against Ernest. I would love to watch that. Sadly, Black is not on our side. Currently playing Zeknae. Let's see how the standings look like. Zeknae won against Colic. That's the match we saw. He won against Regis as well, but he lost to Yennefer. So as I said, there's no clear winner. So I think Yennefer lost as well. Yeah, Yennefer lost to Simi, and Simi lost to Scorpion. And Scorpion lost to Yennefer probably. So there's no player dominating. All comes down to RNG at some point as well. Yeah, I won't lose any more time. We can just hop into some random game. E50M, I haven't played the E50M. I haven't even climbed the level. See how the ping E50M looks out. Hey Fruit, hey Mentalium. Welcome guys again. Finally on the medium side. Oh, but the budget is really struggling. We just have to kill the enemy budget in return. There's no point in turning. How does that budget miss? Can you explain to me? How does this go? Oh no. Unexplainable. Our budget's somehow still alive. That was unnecessary HG. But we need to make sure either the Sheridan or the Butcher go down. Shouldn't all stand to the TDs. But it seems like this brawl is won. We had a 3v3. Our guys had a... as well. Oh. That went between my legs. There's an FPS bonus, yeah, okay. I guess. It seems so. Hopefully not the same way, not AFK in the same way the Tortoise was. I won't come... I don't approach him, so that I don't activate him. If it's a bot, like if you come close enough to him to wake up. Can play this one, and as soon as we finish we should have the room ready. For the round 5, I believe, of the round robin, so... being halfway through, ready? Of the round robin. Of games. And a few to come. How many mediums can I count? 6-8, projectile T4. There, one is capping. That's all there. Since next to the T54 that there's something that was capping the base and projectile is in the bush. And the 6-8 in the base also. Just make sure that T4 is finished off. $70. It's a low roll. Okay, Diana, I just will see you up. Yeah, streaming. I haven't been streaming for a while. I usually stream tournaments. This time I'm streaming a tournament as well. Just in a different format. I'm not the one playing, I'm just commentating. And it's not the 7 versus 7 tournament format you usually see on my channel. But the 1 versus 1 tournament among the best players from the ratings leaderboard April. 28 best players clashing against each other. We have 7 remaining, and that's a round robin, which means it's a group of 7 where everyone plays against everyone, basically. Everyone plays 6 matches. And then the best 2, these 2 with the most amount of wins, they proceed to the grand final, which is played tomorrow. And they probably get some fancy prizes, in addition to being streamed. And receiving all the fame and glory. Hey Stein, welcome, nice to see you as well. Game is finished, I believe. There, is it? It's not. Did I miss it? Or do I not get the invite? Please tell me. 17 past. Yeah, it should come in. I hope we get to see this match in Jennifer against Regis. How are they doing? Whoa, Regis not doing the best. Simi, but then he lost to Zakne, he lost to Colic. All games coming down to the tiebreaker for. And now they are playing against each other, which means probably they will be close to getting the ground. Yennefer so far with 3 wins. Is there anyone more? Seem like it. Seem like it, yeah. If Yennefer wins his fight, then he's really close, nearly guaranteed of taking part in the grand final. And that's Foxy and Simi that we get to on Alpestadt, so at least the map is different. Match is starting in 4, so I'll be back soon. Yeah, not only, apart from the glory and the title of the champion as it says, and coins, attachment, you get a T4 in 9 fearless. Something new. It's interesting. But that's just for the winner. The rest get the attachment and coins. And then the coins you can probably spend at the store. But the fearless could be. I suppose it's just the camouflage, not the whole tank. Or is it? Like it's a tank. Probably not so different from the casualty for it. Okay, we got Foxy and Simi. EP against the Super Conk. Alpenstadt, this time is the city. Haven't seen Alpenstadt today yet. So definitely favoring the heavies again. Super Conqueror, haven't seen this tank either. That could be a really decent choice, especially against a TP. Not gonna lie. Saw the type already, which was very well. But on a map like Alpenstadt, where the surface is rather flat, don't get so many areas to play hold down or and the pressure on like on the rail. Super Conqueror could be also really. As you know, the front plate or the sides, the tracks really like to up damage, and when it comes to 60p, one miss, one bounce, one shot without damage really puts you in a really advantageous position. We'll see how it goes though. Time will tell. Round robin, round 5. Foxy and Simi. Also, that's not even half the map, it's just like the square that you can see in the bottom left corner on the minimap. Which still means you can get the middle of the city. The B area. The encounter cap is in the middle. It's like on a... like in a random game. Foxy playing it really safe, really passive in the bush. Not sure if that's the best idea, since you stand little to no chance when it comes to banning a Super Conqueror hold down. At the same time, if the Super Conqueror just goes into the cap, well, it will take some time for the TP to get into of the city. He's not deciding on going further yet. Simi thinks he's being flanked. That's not the case. So much happening. It all will come down to a very late push, probably. But if Simi goes for the river, that's a decent idea. That's a decent idea, especially if he wants to surprise the TP. I don't think he will be spotted when crossing. If he doesn't, especially, it'll be a great surprise for a TP. Potentially a free shot. Now Foxy does deciding to go in. So they're just chasing one another. But there's no way the Super Conqueror is being expected right now. It's all about timings. He can get a shot. He got spotted. He didn't get spotted in return. Super Conqueror still not spotted. Foxy just has no idea what happened. Let's get airborne for a bit. They're so close. So near yet so far. Exchanging shots for now. Obviously favoring the 60dp. So if the time runs out, the TP has the upper hand definitely. I believe that was more than 600 damage inflicted for now. Get another shot for free. Very well played. Playing it really passively, really carefully. One would say that's a pretty annoying playstyle that you have to face against. But it is what it is. If it works, it works. At this point, if he just gets tungsten ready, Super Conqueror with 1300 hit points could be just 2 shots away from being killed. Still no idea where the opponent is. He's just around the building. Tungsten ready, he will be. But he bounces the trucks, absorbing a lot of damage. That still can be thrown away. The victory can still be thrown away if Simi can be mobile enough to maneuver around the building. but I don't really think that's going to happen. It all comes down how well can the Super Conqueror withstand the face hack. Is Foxy able to pen the Conqueror while face hacking? Because I believe he will struggle, and that's certainly the case. Meanwhile, for the Super Conk, 60 rupees front play is just like butter. Every shot goes in. He doesn't even need to shoot AP, he can just spam gold. Everything goes in. And Foxy's throwing such a huge lead. And he's losing the game. He's losing the battle. Not surely the game yet, just 1-0 down. Oh, the Super Kong is super strong. Once you manage to get to the face hack, he definitely stands no chance. I don't think any vehicle stands a chance. Maybe the AMX, maybe the AMX MLE stands some chance since it's high enough to be able to penetrate the front plate of the Kong. But the turret, just super strong, Super Kong. That's why we see a change in the lineup. Foxy designing no longer try 60 DP, going for the VK, which could be solution to the problem. You get a decent gun as well, and while face hacking could be the Super Conqueror, failing to penetrate the frontal, the VK. We'll see. Definitely the playstyle of Foxy waiting in the corner. It's not really beneficial. Okay, you can get the early shot for free, but then still, you have no idea where the enemy is because you are just sitting at spawn for the whole match. You don't really create opportunities for yourself to benefit from. This time Simi going for the river run straight away. He's trying to get on the bridge. It's still available. Bridge area is still available for him. Foxy as well, going for a more aggressive play. So we'll soon see both of the players clashing against one another. They'll surely come across each other. Foxy completely unaware, and Simi this time in such a great position, waiting out the enemy. Playing it. He's safe and sound at that position. Being able to use that gun depression. And the VK has to drop down the river. And that's a terrible position to be in. Unless Simi just like this. Now he's the one trapped. He has nowhere to run away to. He's just pushed against the red line. With the red line behind him, the hill on his left, and not really a lot of space to work with. HP somewhat even. But as we already saw, it doesn't matter what HP you have. The players are still able to throw it away. With a bounce or two, it can all be overturned. I'm not sure which vehicle is better at face hugging at this point. Okay, because the Super Conqueror has a really strong turret, which the VK will also struggle to penetrate. But also the Super Conqueror won't be able to pen the VK's frontal hull. And trying to outmaneuver the enemy in the river will really hit the buffers. Going for a decent idea, because you can get the reload before the VK is able to climb, and then you can get an easy AP roll in the front plate. Exactly like this. And now go for the face hug. Simi really aware of what's happening. If he's able to pan, yeah. The issue I addressed before, you're not able to pan the front plate, you can only pan the lower plate. But if you just go back to see the lower plate, the VK can see your lower plate as well. And the higher alpha still HP neck 600 on both of the guys. Oh, that's a really good spot for Simi. Unless he gets set on fire. And because of the fire, he won't have the reload most likely. Or does he? Oh no. Oh no. And the turret even landed on him. The games are so close. And it's just one throw after another. But it's Foxy that wins the game in the end, 1-1. Normandy this time. Normandy, but not the beach side, but the heavy side, I would say, the CD area of the map, with the plane included. But the VK seems super strong, especially when you pincer the Super Kong and he doesn't have the opportunity to play hold down. And in face hag, it seems that the VK struggles, but with the turret at the back of the VK, you can somehow make your way out of the dangerous position. Wonder what Simi is going to take now. ST or VK? That's not a bad choice. Normandy now, and it seems like you have a lot of space to work with, to put your DPM to work. Plenty of hills to find cover. If you can use the DPM, the VK will stand no chance. At the same time, if you fail to pan, if you expose too much and lose HP unnecessarily, the VK will just find you. It will get you, it will ram you, and then you have no chance. Well, face hugging this SRV can scratch the paint of the VK's front armor, nothing else. Simi though, not going for any Mickey Mouse plays. It's going all in. Is that a good solution? Probably, but not if the VK is so well positioned, because then, if he overextends, he will lose 1 shots on the way, and that'll be too much. He won't be able to use his DPM. But if he bounces like this, and if he goes in with the speed boost, like this, and just flanks the VK, as long as he makes sure he's not set on fire, he has the upper hand. And the VK running away like this, being flanked, spinning in the middle, that's a really good opportunity for Simi to close this game out. He's just putting his DPM to work. As I said, if you can do that, VK stands no chance. Another bounce. Seems like a game over. One shot away from Simi winning the series. He just needs to be patient. He has to make it. VK has no repair kit. Lower plate, aim. GG, well played. As I said, SRV, that was a really decent idea, very well executed, using speedboats, not afraid to go in. What can the VK do? Spin in the middle? You have so much DPM, especially if he bounces. The first shot that the SRV bounced was crucial. That allowed him to get close to the VK while still being full HP. And then when they have the same HP, and the VK is flanked, obviously SRV has way better DPM, he comes out victorious out of that fight, out of that clash. So, it's half past 10 already. We've been live for 2.5 hours. And the tournament still seems not even close to being finished. That's way more games still. We've still got round 6 and 7 ahead of us. Yennefer winning 2-1 against Regis. That means he has won 4 out of 5 for now, which guarantees him the place in this grand final. Very, very likely. That also depends on this match, I think. Because Zach... No, never mind. Yennefer won against Zekne, so Yennefer is in the grand final, I believe. 75% sure. And then next match is... Party Past. So that's in 7 minutes already. Just play one quick game. Try not to die. And hop into another match already. Time flies. But the previous games were super tense as well. They were super close, that's why it took more time. Hello Petardo, by the way, nice to see you. Oh, that's you, Antonella. Welcome. I'm in the 1-1. Oh. I will play some randoms in between the tournament games. Been live for nearly 2.5 hours, but we still got 2 games remaining of the round robin, which means potentially at least half an hour more left ahead of us. And then we'll see who will have enough wins to advance to the grand final tomorrow. That is played tomorrow. Is there more than just these lights? If not, I can just push them. It's already suiciding. There's more indeed. Judo going in. I can crossfire. That's a massive mistake. That's a mistake. And the heavy star on the other side, we can just yell. Action, reaction. There's enough. Oh no. Don't wanna face an angry VK. Or overextending though. And we can farm the tortoise in the follow. Tortoise won't even see us and we won't see him. I can just jump on the via. Maybe nothing that counters it. Just need to use brain. Pretty much nothing counters. In that scenario, there was nothing the VK could do. Because the map was... the map and the everything was in favor of the STRV indeed. But at the same time, the VK bounced his first shot and then he tracked the STRV. And he was spinning in the middle, so... And it was so... quite close. Would have been really close if the before mentioned things hadn't occurred. Every tank has their weaknesses. But you just need to maximize the advantage you get from your vehicle's strength. And minimize. Okay, we're in time. Simi again, Super Conqueror, Alpenstadt. Again, Zekney that we saw previously. Which surprised me with his playstyle. He played really well with the TP. But is he going to play the TP against Simi? Not sure if he was following the live stream, but well, so the TP stands no chance against a Super Conqueror. Unless Simi takes the Sheridan missile, then well. He can just guide his missiles from spawn. EV-215 interesting choice. If he goes reactive armor, adrenaline, that would be a ballsy play. But well, you either win or not at the end. Well, but the chance of being tracked or set on fire chances are too high. I wouldn't risk that, especially when it's the game that can really matter your spot in the grand final. That's for sure for Zakne. He still has a chance, especially after he beat. And if he wins his remaining games, he could be in a decent position in the board. Zekne going with the V in the end. Interesting. At least we get diversified series. Simi with the Super Conk again, but this time against an EV. Very similar, yet quite different. Heavy tanks. Still, to me, the Super Conqueror has the upper hand, even though it doesn't have the fancy consumables. Comes down to, once again, in a face hack, I believe Super Conk is just strong. Every 12B doesn't stand a single chance in face hack. The front plate is just so vulnerable, and at the same time, the vehicle is so long, the turret is so in the back, you cannot outmaneuver the enemy. You simply can't. You show your side, the fuel tank, you can get tracked. It's like a spaceship. That's why he's playing super passive, super careful. Simi on the other hand, going for the same spot, trying to get the river area, the bridge area, to see if the enemy crosses somewhere in the middle. He won't be able to spot Zekne from this position. Both players playing it safe and sound, sharing their position. This position is good. You have an overview of every single part of the map. If the enemy wants to take the river, you have a view on the river. If they want to cross anywhere in the city, you'll be able to spot that. The only place that counters Simi's position is the bush. Zekne as okay then. seems to want. As I said, for some players, these games could be really important because they could decide about their position in the group. The clock is ticking, time's running out. Soon it will be just 2 minutes left before all is finished. Heavy being spotted now. Once he got out of the bush. And that means damage is being inflicted. Zacknate dealt damage. 2 minutes only 2 minutes left. And once again, once time runs out, whoever dealt more damage wins the game. Zacknate doesn't have to do anything. He doesn't have to do anything at all now. It's Simi who has to make the move. If he has to make the move, that means he is most likely going to have to overextend. So Zacknate in a really, really good position. FV25B also a decent choice because of the HEs, and that's what happened now. Simi got spotted and he instantly just... He knew he was not going to pen the turret, but he knew he can deal some kind of damage with HEs. Playing it smart, playing it cheeky. But the only thing that can save Simi is the face hack, and that's what he's doing. Still failing, he's tracking damage. And FV, as I said before, the FV will struggle in face hack, but it's the Super Conqueror that's not even able to pen the front plate. Really well played by Zacknate. I mean, he bounced twice, but still, it seemed like the victory was not within his range. Hey Subaru, nice to see you. Actually, I'm live for like 10 hours now, so no worries. We're not even close to finishing. There's still so many games ahead of us. It's a best of 3 still, so Zacknate played it. You would say he was camping at spawn. He didn't even go out of where he spawned. Yeah, that's right. That was not the most entertaining, effective, well, way of winning the game, but he did all he could to maximize his chance of winning. Didn't make a single mistake. Whoever does less mistakes wins the game. Also, if you haven't booked the flights, well, I don't know what I'll do to you. You shouldn't have said that. You can choose your punishment. Now, Zacknate is not even moving at spawn. Simi going for the river. Seems to like that part of the map. But I think he's aware of his opponent's playstyle by now. So he could be a surprise by just going in. Zacknate is not expecting that. If you get a free shot on the back of the V, look how close that is. There we go. And now, does he have the upper hand? Tracked, very well. Every turn of Beto panning every single shot. He hasn't bounced a single shot in this series. He's not going for the face hack this time, he's really afraid of that. That's a 500 roll. And FV doesn't have driver anymore. Maybe now going for the face hack or trying to flank it would be the best idea, because it seems like he's losing on DPM. He needs to bounce one. He needs to bounce. FV has to shoot AP to be able to finish him off. He low rolls. He just needs to pan. That was so well played. That was so well played by Simi. Well done. He's going in. He's not afraid. He's not waiting at spawn. He's going in straight away, pushing river. He's brawling. He's panning. He's not afraid. That was the victory you would expect from a player that's aspiring to play in the grand final. Yeah, none of these players, surprisingly, none of these players are trying to go for the base, which in this case could have been a super cheeky idea. We got a new map though, this time it's Desert Sands. Desert Sands Met side, something we haven't seen before, and Simi goes for the ace up his sleeve, the STRVK again. In the face hack, the 215B will pen, but it has to shoot gold. And as we saw, Simi was 400 HP, and he went for a face hack just to minimize, or just to make the FV shoot APCR, and then he low rolled. And that won him the game. That was really well played. He didn't go for this face hack at the beginning. He was super scared because of that previous battle, probably. But I like that. This time Zekne going for TP, Simi going for STRV. Can he use it? Can he use it the same way? So the SRVK being used in Normandy? If yes, if he just YOLOs in, it's going to be really tough for the TP. He just YOLOs in, no remorse, not afraid. Fuel tank damaged, but he needs to stick to the side of the TP. And he's getting tracked. Oh, that's super well played by Simi. TP not even able to pan at this point. He just needs to flank the TP and pan every single remaining shot. And then he has the victory. Even pans frontally, well done. Zekne in a lot of trouble. He can get all the shots in, but he's just 2 shots away from dying. And now he's facing him backwards. Super well played. That's the victories you are expecting from 1 versus 1s. Not hiding at spawn. Going straight away, going for the brawl, going for the clashes, making sure you pan more shots than your enemy. That was a super series. Zekne wanted to try a different way, trying to outsmart the enemy. Trying to wait him out. That didn't really work. Desert Sands was the map where it was just not possible. Open shot, maybe. Second game was super close as well. I think Simi was like 9 HP at the end. Let's see, that was round 6, I believe. That was round 6, which means Yennefer with 5 wins already. He's definitely guaranteed. He won his remaining game. So we will definitely see Yennefer in the grand final tomorrow. But look how close it is here in the middle. If Zekne had won this game against Simi, could have had the spot secured as well. But now it will still depend on his last match against Foxy on around 10 minutes. So it seems to me We're coming closer and closer to the end. We've been live for nearly 3 hours already. But it's been a round robin with 7 players, which means there'll be 7 rounds played, and only the 7th round is missing. We've covered them all. We've covered the group stage, we've covered 6 rounds of the 6 out of 7 rounds of the round robin today. So just 1 more remaining and 10 minutes till it starts, so best way to celebrate it is to play a game in some crappy time. Celebrate the birthday on the 405. It's not the best map for the 405, but that's a weird count.
Let's get this show on the road.
I don't think I'll go med side. What meds do I have? That though only. So I can try and support the leopard. I just hope they don't all y'all are here. Otherwise I'm not able to run. I'll see what the leopard can spot. Because our tanks on the heavy side don't spot. I think I should relocate towards them already. Instead of... I can catch the one in the middle.
We've damaged them. Enemy armor is damaged. Penetration. Got him.
Adios. Zekne played so well at the beginning, but here, I think he overthought it. He overdid it. At some point, you just need to brawl in, just like Simi did. I think on paper, Simi didn't have that excellent stats. But he was just fearless. He was going in for the brawls. He was searching the duels. And he was winning the duels. He was playing it smart as well. Really liked the way he played. Not just trying to sit in the corner. Especially when... Oh, he had nothing to lose, probably. That's how he took it. I have nothing to lose, I'll just go in. Hope RNG is with me as well. He had a really good tank to fight with, Super Conqueror. The TP in the previous game, he would need to play in the corner, or if he goes as aggressively as he did, there's no way. That SRV just goes in and kills him. He would need to play in the corner and try to get a free shot on the SRV getting the plane.
The driver's injured. We can't go very fast. One of our tracks is damaged.
It's the only way I see that game.
Destroyed. Enemy armor is damaged. We've damaged them.
Oh no, I chopped, should have gone in.
Track hit.
Shoot.
That vehicle has had it.
Blocking the SRV, maybe, yeah. That's the only way. You just have to adjust your playstyle when playing against the SRVK. It's different to playing against other tanks. Okay, this is pretty interesting. If the leopard can kill the heavy. Theoretically, practically, just... Oh no. There's no way this is being... I shouldn't have yellowed in. After killing the type, I can maybe still escape. Or try to hide in the barn or something. I didn't realize I was already... Okay. Okay. That's how you clutch games. Okay, he just flew. Why not? He booked the flights. And likes to borrow. I just hope I don't miss the game as well. I can just leave. I will wait a minute. He would have to catch the V. And then hope the projectile doesn't... Okay. So it's not like it's impossible to win against the Esther VK. It's hard. Obviously, it's hard. But it's possible. Obviously, it's easier to play the Esther VK and just roll the win. You don't need to overthink. You just need to pan your shots. Meanwhile, while playing against the Esther VK, you need to pan your shots, make sure you don't track for no damage, and still think of what you can do to maximize of your chances against the Esther VK. You definitely just once you respawn, you cannot play the same way as if you were playing against a different. So we got the last round already. Time flies, 3 hours of the live stream. Holy. Round number 7, Simi again. Simi against Colic. Yeah, I'm just rewatching the previous game. I could have killed the type or even ignored the type, try to go from around. It's unnecessary. Heavy man, some player. 5k damage. He did a nice even. So there we go, let's see the standings. In a February 5, he's for sure guaranteed. Then it's Simi with 3, so Simi is still in the play for grand final. He also beat Zach. He also beat Zeknay, and he lost to Scorpion, so that's still quite complex. It's not qualified. For sure, if Simi wins, he is just one step away from the grand final. It all depends on Scorpion's match. So there you go, False Creek. I think I haven't said False Creek. Bridge area. Simi in the E5 coming back to the roots. I think that's the vehicle we saw him in the group with.
Let's go.
Colic, there that we saw at the very beginning, going for the TVP on Foxy bridge area. That's a really interesting pick. We saw him play the TVP on Middelburg, sorry, but that made more sense there. Put a full clip in, run around building, get a second clip ready, peek, get a second clip here. Can he do the same? Can he just go in E5 capping the base? Seems like he's going to do so. Seems completely unaware. That could work out so well. If only he had banned all the shots. I'm afraid now, because of that one bounce, the 4 next rolls might not be enough to finish off day 5 with just below 1300 HP. But that was super well played. The TVP just played to perfection. Go in, clip. If I was not even able to react. Reload, get another clip, run away. Loop. Simi is not aware again. This time bouncing work. Definitely. But he's just helpless. Just helpless. There's nothing he can do. Definitely going for the base is a perfect scenario for the TVP to use the recipe I just mentioned. Peek, clip, run away. Peek, clip, run. Because E5 is just in the small circle. The TVP knows exactly where the E5 is. Wow, well done. That's the same as if when you play against a SRV TVP, you just have to play it differently. You cannot do the same as if you were playing against a different heavy. Because going for the cap is just, it could be the game winning play against E5 TP and a different tank heavy. But against the TP, that's the only way the TVP can win. When you just isolate yourself in one pixel of the map, where the TVP even knows where you are, and you have no idea that the TVP can come from 1 to 3 angles. And what's the chance of you being positioned in the right angle? Pretty low, isn't it? This time going for a SRV. Colic going for TP. For sure Simi wouldn't have made the same mistake. We'll see how they can do it. Whether the SRVK can just yellow in, like he did previously. Normandy. There's sense. Colic plays it safe. Let's see if he can adjust his playstyle to the tank the enemy his enemy's playing. He's now being... Colic is the one being caught off guard now. And he's going to be pincered in the base. See, I'm not going for the YOLO straight away, which is understandable. False Creek is not a map that you can just push. It's not like Normandy, where you can sneak through some valleys, some corridors while unspotted. False Creek, you either go bridge or you go river. And no matter which path you choose, or you cross the bridge or before you cross the river, you will get spotted, you will get shot at for free. Now, where Colic is stuck, he's really scared. Simi can go in. Speed boosting. Oof, that's a juicy shot. If he wants to win, he mustn't give him space. In this position, while face tagging, definitely the TP has an upper hand. Provided the CRV bounces at least once, but he's spending every single shot, even if AP max roll into the front plate somehow. And that puts you in a really good position. Now he's in the base as well. Meaning it is the TP that has to peek. That has to peek sideways. Best shot, track. And he's just 2 shots away from being dead. Meanwhile, Simi can still survive 1, maybe 2 shots with luck. Still unlikely because Colic and the TP likely have tungsten. But 15 more seconds and the base is being capped. TP has to make the move. He doesn't have time to side scrape off the rock, he has to just peek sideways. And Simi just has to be ready for that. Don't run away, just re-aim. Exactly. And now he has to the DPM to work. If you pen both of your shots, victory is yours. That's what happens, well done. Wait. Andrew, welcome. Why aren't you playing in the... Seems like just pick SRV and win. Why so easy? There's a lot of 70, so definitely a decent play. Okay, Yamato. Yamato is the tiebreaker of the last round, round number 7. Last game of today, after a pretty long live stream. And it will be decided by the tiebreaker. Simi in the SRVK, meaning he nearly won the game already. Colic back to the TVP. Looks like Simi's on autopilot, knows exactly where the TVP is. He just needs to YOLO. Oh no, he's double tracked. He's double tracked. He could be the solution. Because now he'll be easily able to run over. Yeah. Additionally, Simi's armor, which means he will definitely let the TVP reload another clip. Obviously, he can survive that clip, but then he'll just be left with as a one shot. This is a really decent position that he took because TVP doesn't have space to flank him. The best way to fight against the TVP would be just try to block it, ram it, I guess. Just like this. But still, every single shot will be banned. And he doesn't have armor rack. So, not sure if he's even going to take this one. 800 HP left on the TVP. But he won't be able to finish him off before the TVP is reloaded. 10 more seconds, the TVP is reloaded, he peeks, he clips, and the victory is his. That's how we do it, that's how we win against the SRV, Petarda. GG. TVP broken. Very well played by Colic. Both of the players adjusting really well to what their opponents played in the previous game. Maybe not the best at adjusting what's happening in the current battle, but still really well played overall. Let's see at the leaderboard, because that's it for the games today. We've covered the group stage, we've covered the whole round robin 7 rounds. We know for now that Yennefer is definitely guaranteed his spot in the grand final with 5 out of 6 matches being won. Only losing to Simi, surprisingly. Then Simi not able to win against Colic in the 7th round, which means he's stuck with 3 points. Scorpion losing to Regis, which means he's stuck with 3 points. And then Zekney basically playing for the grand final. If Zekney wins, he has 4. So despite losing to Simi, he'll be the one facing Yennefer in the grand final tomorrow. And seems like they're still playing. He's playing against Foxy, which has been struggling in the tournament overall. So he has a decent chance of qualifying. Reggie struggling as well. Only 2 points, 3 points overall. Imagine if Zekney lost, then we have 4 players tied with 3 points. What happens then? Especially if one won against another and the other won against the other. It's interesting. Super Conqueror could be a decent. You could even take a 268, probably win against the SRVK without any problems. Just need to use it correctly. You just have to destroy the SRVK and then it will be dead. It's all about Zekney now. The match against Foxy. Foxy probably doesn't even know how much his match depends, or how important his match is for other players. Because we currently have 3 players tied with 3, and we could have 4 players tied with 3, depending on the result of that match. Colic just with 1, 2, I believe, in the end, so despite the effort, no chance of qualifying. Same for Foxy. And the grand final takes place April 30th, so tomorrow at 8 PM. Just 2 players, best of 7. The winner gets the T49 Fearless, which is a completely new tank. I suppose it's the same as the T49, it just has the camo, just like Lorraine and the I6 previously. The tanks that were awarded for taking active part in ratings. They're still playing. Well, we know Zekney's playstyle, so the battles are not bound to finish quickly. The Amrak was really important in this game, probably, yeah. And the double truck. The double truck that made the SRVK lose his 3 perkits, and then the Amrak. That's what it is. There we go, Zekney winning 2-1, which means he will be the 2nd finalist. So we get to see Yennefer against Zekney. Tomorrow, 8 PM CST. And that's it for now. We've been live for more than 3 hours. The games were definitely enjoyable, especially the ones that were super close, down to the wire at the end. Base hugging, bouncing, throwing your lead, then the other player throwing their lead, and coming down to some not predictable scenarios. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. I've been live for a while on the channel. I set up OBS again. Got a new PC to work with. I'm currently playing Spring Season at the same time with my APA team. We are halfway through qualifiers right now. So far so good. Place first in board. So maybe I'll be able to stream some Spring Season qualifiers. I'm not sure. I got some free time now since we get well, maybe not lengthy, but longer than usual weekend. Having a few days in the week off. But still, the end of the semester is coming, and it means I'm being snowed under exams, which is not really beneficial for me streaming as well. So time will tell. I'll try, see. If I'm supposed to stream something from the season, probably that's qualifiers, because right now I'll still find a way. So thanks a lot once again for tuning in after the break. That's the end of the live stream. It's high time to go to bed, high time to rest. Well played to all. And good luck to the finalists tomorrow, NFR and Zakney CST. Not sure on whose channel it'll be. Whether our Wargamings or someone else's, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Maybe on mine. Thanks a lot, guys. Good night. Enjoy the rest of your day.